Hi children, this is our sixth video for grade 6. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please go through them because this is a series of videos for grade 6 ICT. So this is the sixth chapter, using the internet for collecting information and communication. You may have heard the word internet in your day-to-day life. So internet is what do you mean by internet, right? So before going to the internet, let's talk about computer networks, right? So in your home, you may have one or two computers, but think about your computer lab in the school. You may have like five, six, or maybe more than that. There may be computers, right? So these computers are connected with each other, right? Most probably it should be a wired network, right? In a small area, right? We call them as a local area network, a small network. So it can be wireless networks. Without wires, you can connect using Wi-Fi and all. This computer network is actually a collection of two or more computers, right? So if you have so many computers connected together, we have a computer network. And collection of computer networks, you can uh, think of something like that as the internet. So the internet is the largest computer network in the world. It is made of large number of computers and computer networks around the world, right? So that is the internet. So internet is basically a computer network, but it's the largest network available because so all the computers in the world is like most of all these computers are connected to the internet right now. Not only even computers, even these mobile devices and all these things. So internet is a collection of so many networks. So using the internet, we can get so many services. Now, for example, watching this video and e-learning is one service you can get from the internet. So not only that, you can read newspapers, you can pay your utility bills, you can do e-commerce, online buying and selling, right? So you can you do social networking like Facebook and all. You can chat, you can share photos, these kind of things. And online kind of streaming stuff are there like YouTube, so you can watch videos, films, even TV programs now are available in the internet. So there are so many services available, even reading ebooks, right? Okay, so to access the internet, you need to have a web browser, right? So with a web browser, you can access the internet. You can open websites and web pages using a web browser. So web browser is basically a software that we can use to open a web page or a website. You may have heard about things like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer. So these things are web browsers. So without a web browser, you cannot access the internet. So you should, normally Internet Explorer is installed in Windows, but if not, you have to download other browsers and install in your computer, right? So we talk about using a web browser, we can open web pages and websites. So what do you mean by web page? Like it's a document, kind of a document, e-document, where you have images, text, video, audio files. So many resources are available in a web page. So collection of web pages, we call them as a website. So to open websites and web pages, you need a web browser. That's the software, application software. Okay, understood? So these icons you may have already seen sometimes. If not, read about web browsers, right? So to open up a web browser, you can use the icon if it's already installed. So you can click the icon, right? I will quickly show you. So these are the icons available in as a shortcut, or you can just type things in the search bar and find. So I will use the Firefox, right? So this is the web browser, right? So it's not my default um, browser. I'm usually using Google Chrome, but here I'm using Firefox for you to explain. So can you see here there is an address bar, some text box. So we call this as an address bar. So in this place you can type any of the address you want to go, right? See, when I type, they will give some suggestions based on the history, based on the previous um, web pages you have visited. So they will give suggestions. As I'm not using Firefox much, there are not many suggestions, but if you use the browser, when you type in the address bar, they will give you the different kind of suggestions. So we'll go for the Wikipedia. So this is one of this free encyclopedia available. You can find lot of things in Wikipedia. So this is how you uh, type the address and go to the particular website. Okay, so you enter the address and uh, press the enter key, or like that you can go for the particular website. These things I have explained how they give you the um, previous addresses you have already typed. And here you can see there's a toolbar, kind of. This is the menu bar, right? This is the toolbar. There are different kind of tools here, right? So they have mentioned about 5 tools here. So I will explain one by one. First thing is the back. So they are telling you can return to the web page that you have already viewed. Now for it's like this. So I'm in the Wikipedia org. I'm going to the English page. Okay, and then I'm going to another page. I will just click some of these links. Right? Do you understand? I went from the Wikipedia starting page to the English page, then came to another page, and then to this 2020 page. So if I press back, it will go to the previous page I viewed. Again, if I go back, it will go to this page. Understood? So back is to go to the previous web page you have already viewed. And then comes uh, this arrow, it's the forward thing. So by clicking this button, you can go back to the web page where you were looking at before you click the back button. It's like this. Now, earlier I used this and then I press the enter button. I pressed the English, I went to the English page. So I can just click this forward and go to that particular page. If I forward back, it should go to this particular. I'm not clicking this link. I'm just using this arrow to go there. Understood? So back will go to the previous page. Forward will go to the uh, page I have watched, page I have visited before I click the back button. Do you understand? It's like going forward and going backward. Okay. And then what's the next thing we are going to talk about is the refresh. So refresh button, if you click it, it will update the web page you are currently in, right? So for example, if you refresh it, it will reload the page. You won't see any changes, but actually it's reloading the page. Okay, understood. So this is very important when you are doing development of these web pages. So one day, I don't know, at least 30% or 20% people who is listening this video may be becoming software engineers and all. So if you develop software applications and if you're doing web applications, so when you refresh things, it will refresh your web pages and do the configuration changes. And also if you do some change, you have to refresh the page and see whether the changes you have done is applying here. In that case, the refreshing button will be very important, right? Then comes the history, right? So by clicking this one, you can see all the websites you have or web pages you have previously seen, right? For example, it's like this. So here in the menu bar you have history. So this is all the history I have gone through. As I told, this is not my common browser, it's not showing a lot of history, but you can see, right? So you can get the whole history, like last month, last 2 months, like that. They will list down all the websites and web pages you have already visited. And then the final thing is the home button. So you can access the first page of the web browser by clicking this. So it's look like normally like a house or home. So if you click it, it will go to the first page of the web browser. So if you want to change this, you can easily do in this Firefox. This is the way to do, but if you want to do in the other browsers, you can change it. So Google and find it. If you couldn't find, just put as a comment so I can help you. Then you go to the options, and then you go for home, and here this is the Firefox home. Default is what we had. We can go for custom URLs, like for example most of the people are using Google. I will tell what this is, okay, don't worry. So and then if you go here and if you click the home button, it will be the Google page. So you can change your home page in your web browser. Okay, so this is about how to obtain information, not only from educational websites, from any of these websites you can get knowledge, because internet is having so many resources in there, so you can use them, right? Especially even for education, um, you can find information through the internet, right? So usually now we earlier talked in the web browser, you have to type the address of the website and then you can go and get information of the particular web uh, from that particular website. But then you will have a question, oh, that means we have to remember all these addresses of the website. It's very hard, right? You cannot remember all these addresses. So that, to avoid that problem, we have new thing like search engines, right? So with the use of search engines, you can find information in the internet, right? So basically a search engine is a software that used to find information on the internet, right? So when you search something, it will give list of websites and links and all these things for your search terms, right? So many students get confused with they will like having a problem with web browser and the search engines. I have seen even when I'm doing O level classes, at that level also students are a bit confusing. They are like not sure what is a web browser and what is a search engine. So you have to be very careful. Web browser is like, for example, the Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, like that. So we need a web browser to access websites and web pages. But using the web browser, you can go to a search engine like Google, Bing, right? So for that, there you can find information, right? So as I earlier also told, these are the few examples: Google, Yahoo, Bing. So these search engines will help you to find uh, things on the internet, because it will scan thousands of websites and web pages and find the information that you need to have, right? So this Google is a search engine, right? So if you want to search something, right, you can type it, like for example I will go animals, they will give you some search suggestions also, so you can select that and you will have so many links suggesting for you, okay? So the initially you should go to a search engine. That's what I did, www.google.com. So you have to type in the web browser, you have to type it. So in the web browser, this is my web browser, I'm typing the address of the search engine, and I go to that particular search engine, right? Then this is the search engine. Google is the search engine, and I type the thing I want to search. Okay, and then I select that term, and then I get lot of links. Those are the steps explained here. So you go to the search engine, then you search the term on the search bar, right? And then you can get lot of information related. So, what do you mean by keywords? Now, when you're typing something on the search bar, the search engine, you have to make sure you're using keywords, right? So, keywords are the simplest or the straightforward terms that you're searching for. For example, animals was my keyword, right? I'm searching about animals, right? So, for example, if you want to find about history of Sri Lanka, you can type basically history Sri Lanka, right? So that's the keyword. So then the Google or like search engines will support you with so many links and pages related to this keyword, right? So here they have given some tips to make your search results more effective, because if you do the searching properly, only you will get more accurate information, right? Now, always they're asking you to use keywords. Don't write sentences, questions like that. For example, don't write I need to know, I need the history of Sri Lanka. Don't write those huge sentences kind of. Just write Sri Lankan history. Okay, so then it's very easy, very short, very nice keyword. So it will give more accurate, more relevant information for you, right? And if you cannot find the particular information, try different words, try different keywords, try different expressions. So finally, you can get more relevant information for your requirement. And normally, you have to make sure you are providing the correct search terms. For example, otherwise it will give incorrect information. Now here they have given you another few steps, right? Use inverted commas too. So if you're using a clause of several words, if you want to make sure that this is one single thing, use inverted commas, right? Hope you can see uh, the thing in the book. It's digital photography with inverted commas. So that means I want things related to digital photography, not only photography or not about digital only. I want digital photography information, right? Then, if you want to do a proper search, always don't use unwanted words like how and of, as, like that. Uh, just do the relevant search, only the relevant keyword. Okay. Now see here, the names of museums in Oxford, they are not telling it's a good way because it's long and it has lot of in these unwanted words. Just write Oxford museums, and then you will get more relevant information. And if you want to use more than, like, for example, there's a main word, and with that you want to connect. Like, for example, you want to see beautiful place in Candy. So Candy is the main word, and you use a plus and you put the other connecting other words like plus beautiful places. So it will give you the search results for beautiful places in Candy. Sometimes you may want to search something, but it will have different contexts, right? In the example what they have given is, you want to find about Wimbledon, right? I will search it and see. Now if I search, right, They are mainly given tennis things, and there are so many tennis and different kind of things, right? But I don't want tennis related stuff here, right? We'll see, then you have to put like this. Then they will give about Wimbledon College related information. See, no tennis things are coming. None of the tennis things. Okay. There are different art studios, business clubs, like that. They are giving different other information, not about tennis. That's why we remove the search results for tennis. Okay, understood. And especially if you're searching images, always go to this one. I will show you now. Earlier one we did for animals. We got a lot of links, right? But if I want only images, I can go for this. See, I'm getting images. If I only want videos, I can go for this. Then it will suggest all the videos related to animals. Understood? Okay. So when you're using the internet, you have to be very carefully using, because nowadays people are doing a lot of harmful and dishonest activities, practices, and all, frauds and all. So you have to make sure you're following different guidelines or safety measures, because accessing internet is you have to be do with proper understanding, right? You don't share your private things in public media like that, right? So these things you should know, especially naked stuff and all these things. Don't share your private things on internet with anybody, right? Maybe they will come in different roles. Maybe your boyfriend, like that, boyfriend or your best friend, or different roles they will play. But don't share your private stuff with others, especially using internet and all, because one day they will come and blackmail you, showing them and these kind of things. So it will create you unnecessary overhead for you, because this is age for you to study and get good education, right? So most of the kids who are watching this will maybe getting free education. So this free education is very important. That's why I'm also helping you. This totally free thing I'm giving. So because education can make you change, right? I got my free education for almost 25 years, right? Totally free for me. There are books and uniforms, and they will have cost, but when it comes to the education, it's totally free for me for 25 years. I'm having good job now. I'm having a good salary, so I'm very happy. So you can come out your miserable life. Maybe you are very poor, right? You may have nobody to support you like that, but this is given freely. Try to make sure you are achieving the real output from there. Okay. So there are various safety measures, especially they are talking about access administration, right? That means when you're using the internet, you have different measures so that you can access the internet safely and with the control, right? Because you are connecting with the various computer networks and websites and all these things. So you have to make sure you are following these safety measures, so you don't go for a unwanted scenarios, right? So here they are talking about usernames and passwords. So most of these websites like Facebook, Gmail, Yahoo, these things, they will need a username and a password. So I talked about these passwords especially uh, in earlier chapter also, right? So remember, when it comes to username, it should not be your use name. You can use anything, right? You can safeguard your identity and give another name, right? So your identity will not be reveal. So you can use a different name as a username. And remember, even for the password, it should be memorable and it should not be easy to guess. It's common for username also. Username and password should be easy to memorable because you should remember, and it should not be easy for others to guess, right? So I told you, when you're selecting a password, don't use the common things like your name, first name, like your age, your school, like that. And always when you are creating a password, try to make it a stronger password, like you use letters, numbers, special symbols. It should be a mix of it, and basically it's better to have like 8 character length at least. Okay, so they have given this password, someone 123. These are not good passwords, right? So they have given you some suggestions for better passwords which have characters, numbers, special symbols, and all these things, and the length also should be somewhat less, because then only other people cannot guess your password. Because if somebody else guess your password and username, they can easily access your things. Okay. And some people, there is a practice, they use one password for all the websites because it's easy to remember, but it's not the good way. Yeah, you should use different password for different websites. And when you're especially using public computers like the computer lab, right? When you log into some application, please make sure you log out from that website and go, right? Because a lot of people did hacking and those things. Basically what had happened was they have not logged out from the website, so other people come and do things, and they change the passwords from their end. So then after that you cannot access your one because the password is already changed, kind of thing. And don't share the password. Some people, even I have seen, they have written down the password in a paper and keep it near the computer so anybody can access. No point of having a password because they think I will forget the password, so they will write it down. So don't do these things. Don't share your password with anybody, because then the privacy will be gone, right? And here they talk about email, right? Hope you have heard about email. Now earlier days we used the mails using the post, but you know the difference between that and email. Most probably you may have heard. So we call the normal post as snail mail because it's very slow, right? So you write a letter, then you put it to envelope, and then you paste a stamp, then you um, write your address and all these things, and then you put it to the post box. Then the postman will come and pick them. They will distribute based on the location, right? Then you will get the letter, right? So it is having a huge process. Maybe it will take 2 weeks, like if you are using normal post. I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 weeks it will take, right? So email is not like that. You just type, you go to an email application like Gmail, you type your email, you put the address, you put any attachment if you want, then you just send it. It's very easy thing, right? So it's very fast and it's free. Only you have to pay for the data. Other than that, it's totally free, right? There are so many advantages of email with compared to the normal post, because it's free. Email is free. Email is very fast. You can send to many people at once, right? You can just put two commas like semicolons, and you can put you so many people in the two address, right? And you can have attachments, documents, those kind of things can attach. So there are so many advantages of email over the snail mail, over the normal post, right? So normally when you're using emails, you have to be very careful. One thing is, don't open any emails sent by unknown people, because they may have sent you links and all these things uh, with the idea of frauds and fraudulent things or something like that. So don't open or click these unwanted links from the emails you get from the unknown people, right? And Sometimes, for example, you may have, I'm not sure whether you have heard about phishing. What they basically happens is the people are sending emails. It looks like your bank has sent, right? They are telling, this is from this particular bank. You have account and all these things. Please click this link and enter your account information. So you just enter all your account details and all, and then submit. But it's a phishing means it's not the real bank. It's somebody else. That's why they're telling avoid replying those emails and prevent from accessing links in them, right? And don't provide any information to any institute who ask it from email without inquiry. For example, if you get a mail like that, please provide your email, provide your account details. We are from this bank, blah blah blah, like that. You better contact your bank directly through the call and then you verify whether the bank has sent something like that. After verification, only you send all this information. Okay, sometimes people are getting not even emails, they are getting SMSs and all. You got this gift, blah like that. Please put money to this account and you have won, only put 10,000 here, you will get 10 lakhs. So those kind of emails and those things, don't take any actions. Those are totally fraudulent ones. Okay, don't never think somebody will give you a gift, even you have not applied sometimes. Now, if you applied for a competition and you won and you get a gift, that's a different story. In this case, you're suddenly getting a message telling you have won 10 lakhs. How on earth you won this without even participating in the competition? So people are sometimes um, doing so many mistakes like that. They trust those emails and messages and they put money. Go and deposit that 10,000, hoping to get 10 lakhs, but they will get nothing. Okay, so be very careful. Don't open and don't reply uh, for emails which are sent by unknown people. And internet we are using for e-commerce, that means online buying and selling. So when you are doing online transactions, you are paying with your cards, maybe a credit card, maybe a debit card. So you have to be very careful. You are doing these transactions with very reliable websites only and with very safe methods. Don't put your credit card information in every website here and there, right? Normally you don't have a credit card, so definitely it should be your parents. So don't put like that, because always when you're doing online purchases, make sure you review things. What in now, if you're buying something, go and check their reviews. People will tell this is a fraudulent one, or don't put this one, I didn't get my parcel, the quality of the product is not good. See the reviews, then only do the online purchase. So when, because the online purchase you cannot see the real product itself. Okay, you just see the images and all, and then if you just pay and buy, when you deliver the product, you may not be happy. Sometimes people won't even deliver. Okay, so they will take your credit card or debit card information and will do other frauds. Okay? So it's very important you follow these directions and instructions when you're using internet, because there are so many fraudulent acts happening today. A lot of people are stealing, cheating on the internet, so be very careful. Always make sure, because you are only grade 6 kids, you are very small, right? um, so make sure you get the guidance of your teachers, parents, adults and all. uh, if you think something is not wrong or correct, or you have some kind of a uh, problem, right? If you're not sure about something, please contact any of your teachers or parents or adults, because otherwise there will be a lot of problems. Okay. Okay, in this chapter, we learned about the internet. It's actually a collection of large number of computer networks. It's the largest network available in the world, and there are so many services provided by the internet. We talked about them. You can do e-commerce, you can do social networking, reading online articles, e-books, you can watch videos, films, TV programs, you can listen to music, you can do online games. So there are so many internet services provided. So, and we talked about what is a web page and what is a website. Web page will have a lot of resources in it, like text, images, video files, audio files, like that. And collection of a lot of web pages, we call it as a website. And we used a web address to identify each web site. So we need a web browser. That's the application software we use to access internet. We to look at websites. So like for examples, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, like that. So then it comes the search engines. Search engines are used to find the information. And we have email, right? It's a fast way of sending messages to different people. And when you are doing online transactions, especially e-commerce, buying and selling, you should be very careful, and you should use very secure websites only. And the last chart is very important. This is about web browser and the search engine. So many people, many students even like getting confused here. So web browser is the application software where we use to access websites, right? And to view the pages and web pages. So you need to have the web address to access that particular website, and when you type that particular web address in the address bar, you will get the related website. But search engine is totally different. Using a web browser, you can search things. So for that you need a search engine, right? First you need a web browser, then you need a search engine. So it's the program where you will use to find information, because in the internet there are so many resources. So we need to type keywords. It means words and phrases. So using the keywords you can find information. So when you enter after typing the keywords, you will get list of relevant websites. So you can select the most suitable website for your requirements. So with that, it is the end of the chapter 6 for grade 6, and the whole video series for grade 6 will be over. So we'll meet up we'll meet with another video series for grade 7. So please subscribe my channel Iklid Learning. This is totally for Sri Lankan local syllabus English medium students. So you follow all our videos, and then it will be very great help for your education. So if you haven't still subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. If you have already subscribed, please click the bell icon, so you will get all the notifications. So please do comment, so I can help you. If you have any questions, any problems, please do comment. So thank you very much. We'll meet soon.